Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna. And welcome to the We Talk About It All podcast, where we talk about it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for.
And we're going to do a little fitness update for you guys.
Yeah.
And we're also going to go a little bit more into, like, our past fitness journeys that we've also attempted. Because our last one was just that first week, and some, obviously, stuff has changed, but not that much. Also, apologies for last week's episode. Gotta apologize for that. That was, you know what, it's funny now, but in the moment, it was not funny.
No, it kind of was in the moment, too,
It
was crazy.
No, it definitely was in the moment, because when I'm listening to it, I just hear,
because I didn't really know what to do. I was just like...
You know, but I'm not gonna lie, I walked away from that feeling better.
Oh, that's good.
Following days after, though, I had another meltdown. But you know what, she never lets me say it was justified. But you know what? Honestly, more so karma. I sliced my hand on a giant container of nuts. Like, it's still there. Like, to the point where she butterfly stitched me, okay? So
you're gonna have a scar.
No, I've gotten the same exact paper cut.
It's gonna that one was deep. That's gonna be a war wound.
I know. I've gotten the same cut. I don't know why when I get paper cuts.
Where is it now?
It's here. I washed my hands though, so you can see the skin still popped up, but there's no blood. I washed all the blood off. But I've gotten this, like, it's not just like a paper cut on top of your hand. It, like, I go, like, on an angle, so it cuts under your skin halfway.
Layers.
I go do some nice layers deeper. Yeah.
She's on the side of the road screaming, I'm going to die.
No, I said I'm going to pass out or throw up. No, because, listen, like I said, I've gotten this cut before, and, like, when the cats scratch me, it's kind of the same similar cut. I've gotten them all over my fingers, But
if you're going to pass out or throw up because you're looking at it,
stop. No. What was freaking me out was in the past, when I've gotten this cut, I'll just, like, you know, put a little pressure on it with my mouth.
That wasn't that kind of cut.
And it stops bleeding, like, the first time, like, the blood would come out. No, the blood just kept coming. And coming. And we're on the way back to going to a Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm like, oh my God, I can't handle this right now. I have my shoes off because my feet hurt.
She was a lot of work.
It was bad.
And she was already in a bad mood.
Well, because the shoes were bad.
Bothering her.
Well, so...
And she didn't find shoes at the time.
On what the shoe is, starting this fitness journey, I've been doing this in Nike Cortez, which I love. And I got those because I saw Apollo Creed wear them in the Rocky movies. And I was like, those are so cool. I like those. And they still made them. So I went out and got them, like, years ago now. I think it was like 2-3 years. So I've had them for a while. They are worn in. They are not walking shoes.
No. Well, they're not walking shoes regardless.
Weightlifting maybe, because they kind of are flat-ish, but no, they are not walking shoes. Because let me say this, I asked you today because I did a mile yesterday in my new shoes that I got. I'm wearing Brooks. I think mine are the Trace 2s.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think that's what mine are. I think you were looking at launches. She was looking at a pair. She didn't get them, but we think we might go get yours as well.
Yeah.
And I was looking also, when I was looking at shoes, I was looking at some Hokas, which are really big in the running community. But I didn't want to do anything, like, super serious.
They were seriously like you were in a rocking shoe.
No, you tried on Nike shoes. I don't know what
those were worse. I didn't like the Hokas either, to be honest with you.
The Hokas weren't too bad.
Maybe a different style,
Yeah, there was different
ones. They were just, I felt like when you stepped, you were, like, wobbling on
I felt like it was actually, like, gripping my foot a lot. But I feel like the Hokas... They would feel nice if you were actually, like, running in them. Like, I feel like you'd have running support. But if I'm not running, I think walking-wise, they were not. No, the Nike ones, I equated them to, like, on Nickelodeon, they used to sell, like, those moon-mounting shoes.
Yeah, they were crazy.
They felt like that.
They were crazy.
Like, there's cushion in this shoe, and I asked you today when we were on the treadmill, I go, could you hear my foot? Because, like, with the Nike Cortez, you'd hear boom, boom. Like, it was loud. It
sounded like she was marching.
No. Yeah, this was definitely a lot more cushion. I felt like I could go farther. And, like, also... If you've seen the Nike Cortezes, they're very narrow. They said what you need for shoes is when you step down or your foot looks for stabilization, your toes spread to grip the floor. I could actually, like, feel my toes having room to spread in these Brooks shoes. So for, like, a beginner shoe for walking,
that's what you need.
I recommend it. And then even on their website, this isn't an ad, but I genuinely actually really like their shoes now. They had this thing where it's like, even though I got mine at Dick's, if in a year something goes wrong, lace or something, I can send it to them and they can help replace it. They even said in 90 days, if I don't like these shoes, that I could come back to them and they'll give me, like, a gift card to buy a different shoe on their website, which I was like, that's pretty impressive. Because Dick's was like, yeah, if you walk around with them, we're probably not going to take them.
If you're going to sit in the house, because that's what people do. They try on their shoes and just sit in the house because That's what you do with
my shoes. Got even so. I want to be like, look at the shoes right now. Just walking from your floor around here, they're dirty as hell on the bottom. Like, they were covered in
Moisture.
No, I'm saying Dick's Sporting Goods. I want to
Oh.
be like to the guy, like, they're already covered in
Sure,
dirt.
my
Would
floor
you
is
take
dirty,
these?
but
No.
2 cats. I mean,
But still. So, yeah. I have my first pair of real workout shoes.
thank God, because that was a challenge and a half, folks.
Yeah. They
Oh,
didn't have.
boy.
They didn't. Well, they said they have these shoes at the mall that we went to. We ended up going to like a standalone
I didn't see them
store.
in any store.
No, but then I will say also the running shoes was a big issue when I was looking for shoes because I've always had issues with my toes, which is like right now my number one thing. I'm so fearful that something's gonna go wrong with my feet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I soak them, do all that stuff, but it's my like because I just feel like right now we're on such a kick that even if not feet, like I pull a muscle. Any kind of thing. I'm like,
yes, I thought I pulled that groin muscle. I bounced back once I went to sleep.
no, I know, but I'm just saying like that because we're on such a kick. Like I don't know. I feel like we are on such a kick though that if I got like injured and let's say I had to take a week off,
I know, we
still
wouldn't go
feel,
back.
No, I still feel like I might just
Yeah,
because
but
we've
you
done
saw what
it.
happened
But
when we missed a day, like, of exercising. Like, it felt like we didn't do anything, or like, I don't know, it
Yeah.
just felt real weird. Like,
Yeah.
not, I'm
Like,
saying
I
we're
feel like
hooked on it already or
Yeah.
anything, but kind of, I think it's, like you
Yeah.
said, like, part of the routine now that we know we come home, we do this, and
Go.
it is what it is. And we do have to figure out more balance of
the time we
the
still haven't
time.
gotten
We
that.
still haven't gotten that. I think once
We're
we get
getting a
routine,
little
yeah.
better.
I think like today we weren't
Like
as
arms
long.
were pretty good. Our arm day, we've done our arm day now, which is pretty good. But we're gonna try to like fix a video to play so it could just tell us what to do because it's kind of
Yeah.
hard because we're like going there.
And you're stopping and starting
Yeah.
it so you can see it. I think once we learn the routines that we want
Oh,
to do,
we
I
should
think
also
we'll be
tell
better.
you guys what we do now. So I don't know if we had mentioned what our plan was. I think we were when we first talked to you guys about this. We were doing upper cardio, stretching / rest day, legs cardio,
I don't even
and then
remember.
Saturday we were doing like a random thing, and then Sunday was a rest day. And now we have upper body cardio, core cardio, legs, and then like another day at the
like
end.
walking in the mall, going playing basketball.
Yeah,
things
just
that
anything
are like
that's
just
like
an activity.
An
kind of thing,
activity
yeah.
kind of outside of the gym. We've done Just Dance.
Yeah.
What was it? I thought we did something else too.
We
I don't
did
know.
Leslie one time.
Oh, we did Leslie too. Just anything that we don't have to
The
do at the
walking
gym
at
because it's
home.
really busy on Saturdays. We went one day and we were like,
yeah, it
no.
was hard.
Some
There was
girl
too
and
many
a
people-
trainer.
Yeah, it was too many people
lot.
coming in and out, and then you feel weird if you're like, because it's a small gym. It has like 2 treadmills, an elliptical, a bike, and this one machine that has like 4 things on it.
Yeah, it
and,
has the pull downs, but it's like
Yeah.
all like they're all like real. It's like a smaller one.
Yeah,
so
it's like
all
in a
close.
square where you have like one thing on each
Yeah.
side of the box, and then you have your free weights, but you just don't have a lot.
And they
of
only have
room,
one
so-
free weight too.
Yeah,
like,
so you don't really
if
have a
you
lot
take
of room.
10s, they're gone.
Yeah,
Like we don't
it's
even have enough for us to do like
10s
tens
yeah.
together. Like so, we've been just doing
Well,
fives.
they have the soft weights that I use. Like they have like the official looking weights, and then they
Yeah.
have soft weights and kettlebells. But it's enough to get you started.
Yeah,
so
and they
that
also
you
have
could
a,
definitely make a progress.
One of the like, the hell's that called? A squatting rack. They have that.
Yeah.
And we are getting a punching bag. The stuff's there. It's been there for this past week, and they've not built it yet.
That's very
I'm
exciting.
waiting on it. My one of my fitness goals is at 15 pounds. I'm gonna buy boxing gloves. I just want. Well, you listened to the rant episode. I should probably be hitting something.
Yeah, well, I
But-
think that's the best thing ever. But we
I
saw it
can't
in
wait.
Dick's setup, so we were kind of
Yeah, so it
excited
looks pretty
because
good.
it looks pretty good.
Yeah, because they literally got it from Dick's.
Yeah.
But they left the shipping label on it and everything.
so
We're
that's
like,
exciting that it's
So I'm
going to be.
I don't know. Maybe hopefully by the time they set it up, I'll probably get my gloves and such.
Yeah, it's
so
going to be exciting.
that one, I don't know when I'll fit that in. Maybe like core day or something. I don't know. But yeah, so we have that, and we're also have been trying to do 1 mile
So
like on the core. And
You
like,
would say we've actually been exercising. I know it said the 16th was one of the days I saw. We took one of the first pictures, like where I know we started, and then
we started
kinda
on January 3rd,
3rd,
and
but-
then I got injured from the squatting.
Yeah.
And then January 9th,
maybe.
like we took like a week off and we came back and we started
Yeah.
again.
So I want to say we've been doing this for like
2 months. But by the time they're listening to this on
Yeah, it'll be
March
like 2
3rd, it
months.
will be 2 months.
I definitely think it's forming a habit now.
Yeah, well, because I will say I've been filming it, like I said, for the documentary and our goals episode. When I take it, I think we're on, maybe this is day 35 of just going somewhere and doing something walking wise. We could be a little bit further because I don't usually film us when we do like Just Dance or the basketball.
Yeah, and
so
and
we're
no Sunday there's
probably at
anything because I was working at the time.
We're probably at about 40. days maybe of like actually going. So we're only about like maybe 20 days from like when people say you create a habit in like 60 something days or something. So we're definitely pretty close to that.
Yeah. And just watching us on these machines, you know, if you're down there, you're going to enjoy yourself, because there is nothing like watching us throw our bodies around on these things or try to.
Oh, yeah. The crunch machine is our new favorite
It's
machine.
not a crunch machine. It's an inverted crunch, like a bench that you do crunches on.
Yeah.
And neither one of us can get on it or off it. And it sounds like it shouldn't be that hard, because it is just a bench. And you just, with these, it's got like, what would you call those, like soft, like cushioned, like bars, but like you're supposed to put your knees over it and then your feet under the other one.
I feel like my leg is gonna snap in half, so I don't do that. Like
I just can't really do it either.
It's
so
like weird.
I don't know.
We gotta see
if
one
it's
of those.
wrong
There's girls that are in our gym that are like nice, that are fit. We'd be like, get on that.
Yeah, but nobody has, because I don't know. But it
doesn't move, so I think we may be the only ones trying that crunch machine.
We do have cameras in our gym, so we pray.
They've definitely seen some things, heard some things, and I say this because I have made requests in this gym, and they've come true. The only request I haven't gotten so far is the Bozu ball that I've been asking for, but that might be too obvious.
That could be being ordered for all we know.
Well, in the words of the handyman that said the boxing thing was in the office, the Bozu ball could be in the office waiting to be pumped. I have a pump for you guys if you need it. But no, I literally asked, I was like, oh, look, a punching bag would fit perfectly right here. Where's the boxes waiting? Right where I said
And he said they're going to put it right in the spot that
right
she
the spot
said.
what was the other thing I told them that we needed down there? Oh, there was something else and I can't remember what it was. Well, I've also been saying this isn't probably something they'll do, but we have, like we said, it's like a row machine, a lat pull down.
Oh, those
stretching bands. Yeah. But they have these, and I'm like, they need different like attachments. Oh, and I've also given them recommendations where they should hang these attachments up.
Of course, yeah.
No. They used to have a broken treadmill when we first started. They had these two busted treadmills. One, the screen was cracked. The other one just stopped turning on after a while. The screen worked for a while, and they just left it there. And they finally took it away because I said to the camera, they had another dumbbell rack which is empty, just sits there. But the way the one treadmill was, like, if you fell off it, you're falling into that rack.
Yeah.
And since I said that, they got rid of the old treadmill and pushed the two treadmills together so you won't like fall
and
off
the
and hit the
TV.
rack. And there
was a TV there, and for the longest time we couldn't get it. First of all, there's no remote, so you couldn't turn it on. And now magically the remote is there and the TV's working.
It's so kind of weird.
Okay.
But, there's other things, too, that we've done in this gym that they should not see. So we hope they don't see it.
If they do, that's, they're cross to bear.
But we're kind of waiting to see. The main one I've said, I told them they need to lower rent or not raise the rent. So we'll have to see.
We're not going to get any of that.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
And they're definitely not paying that close attention because you know about the neighbors. We told them to deal with the complaint. They didn't.
I don't know why I'm so yawning so much.
Exhausted from our workout.
Probably, yeah.
We walked for about an hour today. We did 3 miles because, by the way, I'm officially signed up for my breast cancer awareness walk that I'm doing.
Yes.
So that's
October.
Yeah. I'm not going to share the link for donation with you guys just because the location. I just don't want the location revealed. But yeah, so I'm going to do it in October. That will be part of the whole little documentary thing I'm doing. And I'll probably update you guys as
But we just keep thinking by then we are going to be so much more fit.
Yeah, I should be very close to my goal weight because it's October, so I'll be pushing very close to it. Hopefully.
Which is so crazy to think that, but that's what they say. You know what? You just have to get started, because I think to myself, like, granted, like, I lost weight, but then I put, like, what did I say, like 3 pounds back on or 4 pounds, something like that. And I was so pissed. But then I thought to myself,
finish.
I don't know now. I lost it.
Oh, no. I was going to say, well, what happened to that same time was I literally told you that week. I said, oh, okay, I was getting stuck back up a little high, like 2-3 pounds as well. Now I'm coming back down, but possibly TMI, I got my period. So I think that first week was
I don't get my period.
But you did say, they did say you could get period symptoms like the weight gain and stuff like that. So if you're synced up with me, that could be what's happening, because I'm watching myself drop back down now.
Yeah, I am going back down, but I also did like get a little more stricter with myself and stuff so that
Yeah,
I
that
could
week we did have a little
get
bit
it.
of snacks, even though they were in the
we had some
calories.
bad snackers.
Even though they were in the calories.
Yeah.
They
But
were
see,
snacks.
I'm starting to do more reading too because like I feel like you have to know what you're doing because we're just like winging this. Like we're just trying to eat the calorie
The serving size.
the serving size and the calories that we should eat. But we're also starting to realize that there are certain things that even though we fit it in our calories, we shouldn't be eating.
Yeah. But like we
And-
know, like a lot of people said you need protein to make sure that
Yeah.
you're losing weight.
So we're trying to make sure we have more of that, like less salt because that retains water. Watch the carbs because the carbs turn into sugar. And there's certain things that you're supposed to eat like when you're working out. And so
Yeah.
like we're trying to like figure all that stuff out. I just took a book out of the library, the strength training one
Yeah.
that I was just telling you about. And I started, it was very interesting. It was
I'm laughing at the other book you told me about.
Oh, God.
Down at the gym.
I was so excited about this book that it was called Weight Loss After 40. And like I've been following a lot of people on Instagram with that because although like I'm losing weight, it is harder.
Yeah.
I've noticed because I've lost weight when I was her age many times. I've done it with when it was popular to take like the hydroxycut and like the thin and all these things that were like
Yeah, and you did
what was
Weight
the-
Watchers.
What was the one that was really popular? Oh my god, it used to make people lose weight in like no time flat. Oh my gosh, I can't think of what the name of it was. It's not something you should take, but
It's like one of those ones that make you just poop all the weight out.
it just you burned really intensely. It's like on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. I know I'll think of it like after the fact, but it was at the time it was like legitimate.
The fad diet.
Yeah,
of the
well, it
time.
was a pill that you took. It was a pill. You took it twice a day. It was like, yeah, a big capsule thing. And I lost a ton of weight right before I had you with that. Plus, and on top of it, you're working out. It's like insane. But I've lost weight on Weight Watchers, like doing it. Because then I was like, all right, I got to do this the right way. Then I lost weight after I had you with Weight Watchers where, you count your calories. And they do teach you about what foods are better and worse to eat and all that kind of stuff. But like now we kind of have ourselves, I feel, set like with our calories. Like we kind of stay in, and so
Yeah.
now we have to tighten them up and eat better things within our
Yeah,
calories.
no. I also
like fuller foods, whole foods.
screwed myself over because I was doing this calorie calculator thing, and I accidentally somehow picked like the baseline one, and I was eating like 200 under my calories. So luckily that has made it pretty easy to stay under my current calories.
Yeah, but you know
on
what?
accident.
But the thing is, if you do that, I was reading something else when I was looking up that when I said I found all these calculators that tell you all this stuff. It was like crazy. When you do that though, when you eat under your calories, your body starts to hold things because
Well, yeah.
it thinks you're starving it. So like that's why they say like it's never good to do fast weight loss because like even for just when people lose weight and they're worried about like, is their skin gonna like go back in shape or be like tight or whatever. It was that weird book that I was just reading that turned out to be a book about like how to do this carnivore diet. It was all about
Carnivorous?
meat. It was something like it was carnivore diet or something, and it was all about a meat diet for protein. And I'm like, I'm sorry, there's got to be another way you can do this with protein and not.
Yeah, I have this
being
thing saved
meat.
on Instagram to
So I'm
look
like,
of
I'm
like
not buying
vegan
it.
proteins.
Yeah,
that
and
are
I
for
was all
food.
excited because I thought it was like going to be a book about like how to help people over 40 because your hormones are different and everything slows down and blah blah blah. But he did have one thing that was interesting. He was talking about the liver, and he said that when you lose weight too fast, the liver gets overloaded and doesn't know how to continue to break these toxins that's in your body down that are what actually holds the fat in you. So it was like interesting, but I was just like, no, I can't. This guy in the freaking meat, he kept bringing it up like that this was what you were supposed to do was with this meat diet. And I'm like, who would ever go on a meat diet?
Like he just ate meat, like
Like
nothing.
it was, yeah, like he said, you go and get rib steak, Angus steak, whatever steak, and have that with like what it was weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I'm just like, sorry, guy, gotta go. And I moved right on to the strength training book, which was so much better because it's strength training for women. And she tells you what you need to do, that you need to like set a goal, and when you get up in the morning, weigh yourself and then send that weight to a friend that will hold you accountable and stuff like that. So it's definitely it's an interesting thing, and she shows you. I didn't get to look at it though. She gives you a tracker. She says you have to write your food down. You
Yeah.
have to write your workouts down too, which is something I started just recently doing. This
Yeah,
week is
I
writing
just-
down like what we're doing,
Yeah.
like that we're doing how many reps and how much weight, because some other guy that I was following, was he on Instagram Oh, was he that blog guy? Somebody that I was following was saying that you need to keep track of your fitness and what you're doing, like in the gym, because then that's what athletes actually do. They have a training book and they write down what they did so that they know how to improve on it. They know how much weight to add. How was that weight? So like all that kind of stuff. Like, so I'm trying to implement that now. But
all my stuff's kind of like spread out. Like I have one big, well, now it's a binder, it was a book, but I had like the goals in the front, then I had what I had to do throughout the day, then I had my food, and then I had podcast stuff, and then in the back I wrote about like how each day was working out wise.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Keeping like a note, just like how I felt. Was it hard?
It was kind of,
easy?
It was kind of just more like broad like that.
Yeah.
But now
I'm
I've been using the
too.
Map My Fitness Pal, or Map My Fitness, not Fitness Pal, but I have Fitness Pal
It's
too.
from
as well.
Under Armour.
Yeah, it's the Under Armour app. They have like a walk and a run, but this one's better because it lets you do like everything. So like I was able to now, like they have like a workout routine, so I was able to, they don't have all the like exact things we do, so I kind of pick something that's close to it, but they at least they let you put down like the weight, the reps, and then like create sets within those things. So like for example, when we did the lat pull down, we did like a 50 and I did a 40 and I did a 30, so I was able to do all that in there, so I'm able to track that there at least now. And then it just obviously tracks my walking, because I will, like I have a little belt now that I wear and I put my phone in there, but my phone dies so quickly. But by the time today I follow a lot of runners now, and this is my new thing to watch. Because she said, I don't know, I don't think you will run, but here's the thing, I don't know.
Maybe you will. I don't know. I am not a fan of running.
I don't know.
That. I will not. I've
never been able to try it though.
At this point in my life, I can't run with my knees. It hurts too much.
Well, true, but I've never really been able to run. Like all this like workout stuff. Like I don't know what part I'll like because I've never tried it.
Yeah, you've never really exercised, to be honest with you.
No, the closest.
I like exercising. Like I like the weight training.
Yeah, I definitely like doing the arm stuff more because I just feel stronger with that part, with the leg stuff.
Really? See, most women like the legs because they're stronger in their legs than arms.
I think the arms, because like I like the lat pull down, I like the cable rows. The legs, you just know, because I think I'm still trying to figure out the balance for my legs. Like I don't have great balance, so I think once I get there, I think
it'll be different.
I think it will probably be like easier, but yeah, I like the arms a little bit more. Like it's more exhausting and tiring, but I definitely feel like I worked out more with that than the leg stuff. I do like the new one we got. They have like a squat rack that like the bar is like on the rack,
it moves,
and you can go down. So that is kind of fun.
It's like a hidden squat. What do they call that? Spotter, like
where it's like you have a spotter. Yeah. So if you just twist it, it goes back.
Yeah, hooks in.
That's fun, but
like see, back in the day, like I would have never touched that thing.
Yeah.
That rack with the big weights, like with the free, like
no,
the
that's
round
the thing.
weights on
See,
it.
like all this stuff, it's like it's not ours, and typically nobody's in there. So I'll just pick up whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only positive thing. It's not like, see, we're kind of lucky where it's like, I feel like in a public gym, it's more like, even today, like we were on the treadmill and there's this girl that comes in and she does like a video and she'll like hog the whole weight section.
Oh my God.
And
God
then,
bless her. She really does.
Yeah, and she doesn't like try to, like, we were there one day with, I think we talked about this in
She wears these big headphones, so you can't even, like, interact with her. She pretends like she cannot see anybody entering the room.
And then, so she'll block this, and then she goes over, and, like, if we're on the treadmill, she'll take the elliptical, or if somebody's blocking the elliptical, she'll take the treadmills. She just has to do, like, I figured it out. She does 20 minutes of cardio to end her workout every day.
Yeah.
So, okay, great, do your thing. But, also, when we come in, she's been on the treadmill. Like we try to like go a little later because we're like, we need to go in the weights section typically. But the worst part is because it's so hot in our gym, they had the heat on. We got them to shut that off at least. One still has the heat on though, we think. But she works out in the dark, which I get because it's cooler. Don't get me wrong. We did the treadmill today with it like off because she was in there.
I definitely thought it was cooler.
It's definitely cooler, but it's like when we're doing the weights and I'm trying to film something.
You can't. Well, just doing the weights, you can't have the
trying
lights
to,
off.
like,
I mean,
I want to like.
We're bad enough with the lights on. We're slamming fingers and no.
No, yeah, like so I'm like, God, this girl is just like I can't. And today the worst part was like there was somebody leaving the gym, like some worker, and he asked her, he's like, you want the lights on or off? She's like, oh, off. And he's like, oh, well, you might have company. And I was like, I do
in comes us too.
But we left the lights off because I was like, yeah. But what I was going to say was, I was trying to figure out where I was going. I was talking because I couldn't remember what I said. I was going to start with this. But then towards the end, another girl came in, which she looked like she had no clue what she was doing. No offense. But it was just because she, like, would pull one to go to each thing on this, like, on the cable machine. She would pull it down once and stop.
I love when people show up and they're not really dressed to work out. No. Like, how about the day we went in there and the guy was with the Crocs, and didn't he have jeans on or something?
No, he had shorts on. But
but he had Crocs on.
To me, Crocs are sandals, and the sign says no flip-flops or sandals.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. And he
had him in sport mode, so it's fine, but...
But I would never think to go work with Crocs. Like, I don't know.
Well, you know what? He was using the squatting rack, so it's kind of flat, the Crocs. So maybe it's good for.
I don't know. Or maybe he was planning on taking his shoes off and we showed up, or who knows? I don't know. Maybe
he was working out in the dark.
Yeah, a lot of them like to work out. I don't get that.
I don't know. If you're working in the dark, let us know. Like, I don't mind on the treadmill, but I do like to, when I walk the treadmill, I know you're supposed to stand up and look straight, but like, if I'm going to kind of fast and I know I'm like going there for a while and I'm starting to feel tired, I want to look at my feet to make sure they're walking down correctly, that I'm not going to fall and like slip. So that's why I like to have the lights on, because I can see better. Because like by the time we go down, the sun's setting, it's getting dark in there. Like, it's pitch black at some points. Like, and I'm only lit by the phone.
Yeah, it's very, and they have a tint on our windows so people can't see in when the lights are off. So it makes it even like a little bit more darker.
Yeah, it's definitely darker. But
yeah, definitely darker.
What I was trying to say, because I keep getting distracted by my own self, is that, like, when they were in there, how we were saying we mess around the gym, like, even when they're in there, like, I know they're not paying attention to me, because I'm barely paying attention to what they're doing over there. Yeah. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, when I do try to, like, see what they're doing, because they look more fit, so I'm like, what are they doing? Let me see. Should I add that to mine?
Yeah, sometimes,
like, I'll try to, like,
we've seen people use the machines and we're like, oh, that's how
you...
Because the, like,
or, like, I want to see how
rack
fast
thing
the
that you
girls...
were saying.
Yeah, because I didn't know...
Like, we didn't know how to work this rack, and then we saw that guy use it, and we're like, oh, wait a minute.
Or, like, I like to see how fast they're going on the treadmill as well, just to see, like, okay, let me see, like, this is what they look like at that speed.
But you have to always remember, you have to compete with yourself, nobody else.
No, I know, but that's my thing. Is like...
That's how I learned how to use 90% of the equipment in the gym that I used to go to when I was younger, was by watching other people.
Yeah. But because I mean, like, sometimes, even though I know they're not paying attention to me, it's like, I just feel like weird. Like, I feel like they are watching me, even though I can see out of the corner of my eye, that girl's looking straight ahead, or they're not paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Well, the only time somebody was looking at us was when it was our other neighbors in there. And they were only staring at us because they were waiting for us to leave. I think we talked about that here in a different episode on accident.
Probably.
But we were like, wait, like, they were waiting for us to leave. And we, like, gathered all our stuff and got into, like, a corner. And, like, the guy asked, he's like, could I have a 30?
Wait, no, he said, do you mind if I get that or something?
Yeah, and he only got one 30-pound weight, and he's over here going,
no, oh my God, he sounded like he was dying. So I'm not really sure what was going on.
Okay, but we do know he is a smoker, so could be that. But he was really, it was like, oh my God, this guy, he felt like it was going to, and then like, it was just weird. As soon as we left, they moved everything in. But that was the only time I ever felt like somebody was like eyeing us up, because everybody really is in there to do it yourself. But I do feel like if we were in like an actual gym, I don't know. I feel like I'd not be as focused on, like, I feel like you could get, if you think about everybody else in there, you'll lose focus of yourself. Like,
and it's very, you see, the gym that I used to go to, the only fortune that I had was, it's not like how you see those gyms on like TV, the TV commercials where it's like the huge open gym. Yeah. They had, like, rooms where you worked out in. They had racquetball courts. But then upstairs...
Racquetball courts?
Yeah. Probably almost in a room. Maybe a little bit bigger than what we're in, to be honest with you. Maybe it was, like, this size of our apartment. Had all the fitness machinery. And it was all, like, kind of, like, intricately, like how it was at my job. Like, all, like, stacked together and stuff. And they had that was like considered like the female one. And then they had the one across the hall, which was more like that rack and all the free weights and all that kind of stuff. So like I would go in there and the women would kind of migrate towards that room. Yeah. So like I didn't feel so intimidated because it was like...
Well, that's the only thing we've seen.
And it was closed in. Like, there was a doorway. Like, it wasn't... People weren't watching you either, like, with glass or anything. Yeah, that's the only good thing, too, is, like,
nobody can see in this gym. There's, like, one little slit in the door, which you can't even see.
I wouldn't feel always so bad in there, because I kind of felt like, oh, okay, no one's really watching or seeing me, and...
Everybody who's been in there, it's like they are just kind of like, they're just doing their own, like, they have like their little weights in our gym and then they go crazy.
Like, I feel like we're the only ones that are trying to do a routine, or like trying to have,
I'd say us and that other girl that's been, who has her
she
videos.
has her video that she does. She does the same thing all the
Yeah.
time. But
We
other
haven't
people
really
just
seen-
come in there and they just like randomly like
Yeah, so far,
jump
like,
on
which
like,
is kind of weird because, like, the girl that came in today, I've never seen her in the gym before, but she randomly
I've
just
never
came on.
seen her either.
The other guy that we bumped into the one day, I think he must work out at a different time. He looked like he had something because he was definitely playing a video on his phone or something. Somebody was talking him through it, like a audio thing. I will say, because he kept looking at his phone in between his sets. And then the couple that we said that was our next door neighbors, they were clearly waiting for us to leave because like we saw, like, once we walked out, he grabbed the bench and all that. But then there was another girl one day that was just in there like running, and we've never seen her again. There was another girl too that was like walking with a guy.
Wait, how about the lady that were on the treadmill and this lady just comes in with jeans on?
This was when we had, by the way, we had the broken treadmill was still there. So she got on that one. Everybody knows that one doesn't work.
Yeah, but she gets on there like she's gonna try to make it work, and then she gets off and she goes on this.
We have a bike.
The bike is really meant to be a spin bike kind of type thing. It's got like for your feet and all like that. And she gets on there and starts riding on this bike and then takes a phone call. And I'm like, lady, like I could see if we both had like headsets on or something.
You don't have working headphones. I have
like
headphones.
I didn't even have headphones on, and I'm like, you can, and she's right next to me, and I'm like, you're gonna have this full blown conversation and loud, like she's like, yeah, Sally. So like I didn't know what to do about this, and I'm thinking, is she?
We were
kidding
working
me?
out late at night. She clearly comes down late with her husband because
I don't know what they're doing.
because when we were on the treadmill, there was
we
one
went-
day we went back and we went at like 7, 8 o'clock.
it was Thursday.
And they came in and they looked in and she was like, I saw them because like we
And then
said, it's like our windows are like mirrors which are nice,
and then
so
she
you can
just
see.
popped right back
And they
out.
left, but I know when we've like before we started working out, I've seen her like when we drove him by before they put the film in down there late at night working out. So she must come and walk late at night.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But yeah, I don't
To each his own. But part of the strength training book that I just read said, do it whatever the time frame is that you feel most energetic. That's when you should go work out because that's when you'll be most successful. So I mean, unless obviously your schedule doesn't allow, which we're working out in the afternoon because that is the only time we have.
Yeah, but I've also seen people say when they work out in the morning, then because you are on such like a high that like by midday you get tired because like your body's now catching up with all that work.
Yeah.
I've heard some people
I used to like
say
working out
that,
in the
but
morning. I feel like it got me like
well,
ready for
that
the
was our
day.
other thing too. We for a while didn't work when we were doing the only other time that I've really worked out, we did Leslie Sonone tapes.
And we used to get up in the morning and do
we
it.
would do them at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it was like
We'd
crazy,
get up
like
early.
4:30,
Well, I
whatever,
wasn't in school. This was like the pandemic.
Yeah, and I worked close. I lived closer to my job, so my job was like maybe 15
so you
minutes
could
away. So even
half
though I
hour
had,
Leslie
even though I
Sonone.
had to be there at 6, I didn't have to leave till like 20 to 6. So we could easily get up at 4:45.
get up and then we made
do our
breakfast
thing.
and like it was fine, but
not here now.
no,
I'm
definitely
too far.
can't. No, and then also listen, our neighbors in the old apartment, they were mean. They were not. They were not. You didn't care to walk around and step around.
Yeah.
These people, everybody here, bottom, at least the people below and above us have been respectful. Not so much the sides, but you also can't hear up and down in this building.
No.
So it's like we don't want to test that. Especially we just got we found out the new neighbor is here, and I think he's been here since we did Just Dance one day as an extra thing, but. That was the only other thing that I was going to say. We used to do those early in the morning, but now we do it in the afternoon, but we never used to do it in the afternoon there because we always say, oh, by the time we get home, we don't want to do anything.
Yeah. So now we have to just come in, get dressed, and we have to leave.
Yeah, and then
So,
if you have
which
to go
is
to
good
a
and
store,
bad,
we have to go we have to go after.
Yeah.
Which that's the other thing too is we've kind of figured out when people are coming in like this. The other girl, the one that we've been talking about, she disappeared for like a few weeks. Like she forgot this was her New Year's resolution. Just remembered she's back or something. So I don't know. We'll give her maybe next week and she'll be gone again. I'm not really sure, but we knew that like people were starting to come in at like 5 o'clock, like when we're finishing up
when
now.
like normal people would come home from a job, like if they worked till 4 or something like that. So we were trying to get down there decently so that we could like get in,
because we noticed if you stopped somewhere on the way home, then there was more people in the gym. So now we have to make sure that we do this
and
first.
plus I feel like if you do that also, you you run the risk of being like, oh, now it's too late.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. And before you know it, you're not going down, because that's what we did that Thursday. We knew we had a lot of stuff to do, and I'm like, I'll still go now at 7:00. I don't really care. That doesn't faze me. And we did. We went down and just, ran on the. And I think that was like the night we had like that best run or something, like where we did like the 3 miles at 3 or something like that.
We didn't clear 3 miles that week. I think we just did 2 that night, but yeah, I have, in the words of all the people I follow online, I did hit my PR for my mile.
What does PR stand for?
Personal record.
Oh.
Yeah. That's, listen, I've been trying to figure it out. Someone said a fartlek. I still don't know what the fartlek is in running.
But you know what? Here's the thing that I have to say that I've noticed in life. When I started exercising back when I was probably your age, if I was exercising then, you had like a tape, like a video. I had multiple videotapes. Like you had to buy like an exercise tape or something, or
a little Lisa Rinna, a little Jane Fonda.
You had to buy that. Yeah, you had to do those kind of things, or go to a gym, or walk, or whatever. Like you didn't have any other real like information or resources. I mean, yes, you could take a book out from the library.
But that's
and stuff,
harder because that's like a picture, like written.
I don't
think
it's
visual.
Like I used to buy all the Shape magazines and what was the other one? Like Fitness. Like I'd buy all the magazines. I loved all that. But like now, like to be honest with you, with Instagram and like TikTok.
Oh, my Instagram feed is just that's where we figured out all our workouts is from
because
Instagram.
You just have to watch who you're watching also. Like make sure they are a certified person.
Don't pick some random teenage boy in high school.
No, you have to like make sure they are a coach or somebody that knows fitness, and you can tell who knows fitness by the way they look. We found these 2 guys, and I mean they are in incredible shape to the point that like when you're looking at their stomach, they look like they have an 8-pack, not a 6-pack. Just the way
I think they do.
The way their stomach is cut, it's insane.
Yeah,
and they know like fitness. Did you get the one that I just sent?
Yeah, I got the new one.
That one's better, right?
Yeah.
So like we took bunch of these different people and we strung them together with her ability to do video editing, and strung them together and made like our own video out of all the moves that we know we can do, and then we'll do them and we'll be like, okay, that one doesn't work for us, or like I have a large chest, so like certain jumping things I don't particularly care to do. I also don't like, she can't be on the floor because of her back, so it's like we had to like
tailbone.
Tailbone, whatever. Like she can't do any of like the sit-ups and stuff, and I can't either because of my throat, like with the crunch feel.
Also, like,
so we have
nothing
limitations
against our gym, but we also don't want to lay on our gym floor because it's kind of gross. Yeah. And then it's like we have to come up here and we can't really work out up here because you've heard our 2 cats. You think
they
these
don't let
2
us
cats
work
are
out?
No, Sissy's like walking through your legs on the mat. It's not very helpful. We did do yoga for like our first few weeks, and now we've started. She's kissing the cat now.
Sorry, he was reaching for me.
No, but now we've started doing like a core focus.
Yeah, and
we figured that was our thing.
The funny thing is, like all my life, I did those stupid crunches that I hated.
Yeah,
I hated it, and I would do like so. But now, like when you watch these videos, a lot of people are not. They're not advocating them.
No.
There's so many other ones that they are saying is the way to go. Yeah. Like these standing things. And I'm like, I'm down with it because I hate crunches and I don't do them well. I can't do them with my throat. You can't do them with your tailbone. So like so we'll see how the core one goes.
That's
tomorrow.
The only good thing about the Instagram is that like you can find like
a lot of stuff.
Things like that aren't
recipes.
For you.
I mean, and for me, Pinterest. I just was saying to her today. I found like a whole thing on Pinterest for these like. We want to try to like make our own stuff instead of buying like canned stuff anymore, like because it is too much sodium for me. And so we're like trying to like do our own beans and do different things, sauces on our own. And Pinterest is definitely the way to go for that because I mean recipes are just insane.
Well, I mean,
but I mean Instagram too.
But I like to see like visually the videos. So that's why I like TikTok and things like that.
But Pinterest does that now too. A lot of people are putting their TikTok ones on Pinterest
because
like I'll go to try to save something or take a picture of it and I'll be like, wait, it's a freaking video. It's their TikTok now. So a lot of them are on there too. So it's expanding. But...
And even so, honestly, the way you were saying about I put the videos together, you don't even really need anything like fancy to do it. You could do it right on your phone. You can just screen record it. Save it. You could just save it on the Instagram thing too, but it's just better. I would recommend screen recording it because I don't know what kind of Wi-Fi you guys got, but ours sucks in our building. We don't. We don't actually have Wi-Fi. You have like 0 bars in our whole building if you leave your apartment. So that's why I recommend. That's why we make the video. So pretty much so we can play it basically and not have to worry. But yeah, we have core to finish this week, and then we are kind of half skipping cardio. We're gonna make it up on Sunday because Thursday, we have a mall trip, and we got a lot to do on Thursday.
Yeah, so it's just not worth trying to put it in there.
And Friday, we have leg days, which I was talking to you about this yesterday. I said I got this little bit of hip. It's not like a love handle, it's my hips. So there was a workout that we're pretty much doing, like the one where we kick our leg up to the side. They said that's for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been trying to find
all this year.
A little bit for that. So that's what we have. I
used to be very into fitness back in the day. I'm trying to pull out all my fitness brain stuff, but I forgot a lot of stuff. But those I used to love to do all the time. The hip abductors and
I still feel like we definitely still need some more leg things, but also the leg is what messed us up last time when we first started with the squats. But since then, I should say I've done probably
well, that's what you have to
12
do. But
sets, 4 sets of 12 squats.
No, but it's because now you use that bar too to help you.
Yeah.
Like, see, she likes that bar rack.
The squatting rack, bar rack?
Yeah, well, I guess it's like a squatting. Well, you use it as that.
I'm using it as
It's where you put the bar on the back of you,
Yeah.
and it guides you up and down. But she's still doing the squat, but it's helping her structure. Where, like, I like to use the machines with the cable machines, where I put heavy weight and I use that to, like, sit down into my squats, and my legs are killer after that. Like, oh my God. But we're learning, but you have to do your research, because we're learning all about weights, like how much weight you should use, like when should you move to another weight and stuff. And it's like, so it is an investment in, like, you have to make sure you're not just like going out there and doing whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd say to spend the first stage just trying whatever. Like, if you see exercises online that you're like, just take them and try.
But that's what we'll do at the end. Like, after we do a video, she'll like record other ones. She'll be like, I just want to try these to see if they would fit into our thing.
Like, no matter what day it is. So if it's like, let's say we have core tomorrow and I'm like, oh, I have something I wanted to try for, like, the arms. Yeah. I'll try it tomorrow just to see.
Just to throw it in.
Even if it feels even if I'm like, oh, this looks stupid, let me try it. Because there was one we were doing.
There's a couple we felt like, these are stupid.
There are definitely some that feel stupid. I don't know if it's just because we're not performing them right. But we used to.
Which I'd rather get rid of them then. If I'm not performing them right, I'd rather get rid of it, because I'm not. It also said, like, don't do things because like that could get you hurt. Yeah. So
we were doing these, like, curls with the cable machine. Yeah. And now we've been just doing single arm ones, because it's better because you can focus it. And, like, I am going to. Did you just hear a beep?
No.
Oh, maybe it was them. I've been going to failure now with those, basically. Almost.
See, and I don't like those. I went and did mine with the free weights because.
Well, see, here's what I like it better is because I feel like with that, like, the tension on the cable, it gives me, like, more control also. And I also know that if I let myself, I'll just drop the weight back down. Where, like, with the thing, it kind of, instead of just letting it just drop, because I don't want that loud weight to clank, basically. Be like everybody's staring at me.
There you go. The anxiety coming into play.
Well, as soon as I clank the thing, you look at me like,
it just catches me off guard.
I'm just saying.
You really can't help but look, because it does catch off guard. Yeah, I agree. But I have to say, I don't know about you, we should probably wrap it up, but I definitely feel that since it's only been 2 months going for that pole, little boy, aren't you, Coop?
Trouble.
Mm-hmm. He's been quiet this whole time.
Yeah, he's been a really good boy today. Good boy, puppy.
I have to say that.
He's sighing hard over here.
Just gonna be moaning, huh? That even though it's only been like 2 months and change, like, I definitely can feel a difference. I can see a difference in my weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing crazy or drastic, but I will say that at my job, I used to not be able to, like, it was like maybe, what's like a normal flight of, like, school stairs? Like maybe like 20, 30 steps. 20. I would go up, let's say, just one flight and then have to do like a second to get to the second floor in my buildings. And I'd be like winded. Like I'd be embarrassed like that. I'd have to stop at the top of the stairs before if I was going, like, my bosses used to be upstairs, and if I would climb these stairs, I would have to stop like at the top of the stairs and wait there, because otherwise the door was like kind of right there to go in, and like if I went right in, I was like so out of breath I couldn't talk.
Huffing and puffing.
Yeah. So like I would have to like wait, and I'm like, and now I can take the stairs, like, and it's like nothing, like I go right up them, like not a problem. Yeah. And even like my knees don't hurt as much when I go up them. Like once in a while my knee will bother me, but like not like, it's usually if I stepped wrong or something. Yeah. So I do see a difference in like things like that, and that's what I would love to lose weight. Don't get me wrong, everybody would love to lose weight, but my goal was primarily to be more cardiovascularly fit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to, like, for endurance, like, I want to be
Yeah,
able to,
endurance.
like, walk, like, 4 or 5 blocks and be like, that was
Yeah,
nothing.
like when we were in the mall, like I didn't want to have to, after we walked around for 2 hours and we did like 2 miles, we like lapped the floor of the mall. It was a big mall. But by the end of the day, my feet hurt. I also had crappy shoes on, but my feet hurt. And I don't want my legs and feet to hurt after I walk that.
No, but that was a lot of walking. But that's what I feel like I would have been done before that, way before that.
Yeah.
Like, if we weren't doing the walking that we're doing, like, I would have definitely been like, time done.
Yeah,
like looking to sit
and
somewhere.
honestly,
and,
I will say like we had sweatshirts on because it was cold outside. But
yeah, that
in
was
the
our other
mall-
problem. It was really hot
But
in
here's
the
the
mall
thing:
too.
it was I definitely think I would have been sweating more. But in the mall, I only got really hot when we went into Sephora. I don't know if they were trying to sweat us out of
No,
there.
Sephora is very claustrophobic. If you know, look, think about it.
is.
Like, you couldn't get, because remember I was complaining. I'm like, you couldn't get down the aisles.
Yeah.
And for like somebody that's like stopping and putting makeup on and stuff, or trying makeup and stuff, this is like an aisle where you should be able to fit 2 people
Yeah.
down, and it's a very tight. It's a very tight store.
I wasn't like sweating until we went in Sephora, and then I started to
just
cool
think that's
down, and then we
body- I
went
think
back
that's just
into
body heat in
Ulta,
there.
and Ulta was pretty hot too. But they were both like the most packed stores that we were in at this mall.
they cram a lot in.
So I was like sweating. So like but that was by the end, and I was sweating. But then as soon as we went outside and like we walked down to another store that was outside and we cooled down, then I was like better. I was still like, it was mostly just that. And I honestly,
Yeah,
I
but
blame
once you get hot like that,
Sephora.
we were like
I
you said, we
couldn't.
had the sweatshirts on. You just couldn't.
Like I was like, I needed to take my sweatshirt off, but
because that's my problem. When
Yeah,
I
I
get the
couldn't.
hot flashes from menopause, woo, Nelly, I
Yeah.
cannot. Like, I gotta go in the freezer. I
But
can't
I
calm
mean,
down.
as far as like, I don't really have something like the stairs like you. I guess the treadmill would be the best case scenario. Like now I'm like at 3 speed.
Yeah, but you didn't ever walk far.
Well, that's
Like,
true.
you would
yeah.
you would be done after.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, today,
like, I find you complain less about
Yeah.
walking and stuff like that.
like today,
So that's good.
I did my first mile like
I
easy.
didn't know
That's
what the hell you were doing today.
Well,
you were like on and off the treadmill.
No, so the first mile I wanted to count it separately so it didn't mess up my pace for the second one. So it was kind of like a first mile warm up. And I was gonna start recording it then, but the girl was in the gym with the lights off, so I didn't start. So after my first mile, I took a break also to like stretch my legs a little bit. Then I started the camera, and then I did my second mile, but I did that one only at 3.3 speed basically the whole time. And then after that one, I wanted to shut my camera off, so I just stopped after that mile. And I figured, let me start another one because it's kind of going to be like a slower cool down mile where I was going to go like, my original plan was kind of almost to do like a hit mile, like go
Yeah.
like at 2.5 and then
I
jump
saw
up
you
to
running
3.
there.
Yeah, because J-Lo Let's Get Loud came on. What the hell, am I not going to run? I have trauma flashbacks from the gym, from
Gymnastics when she was
They
little.
used to always
Make them warm up to that.
they would
They'd
always
have to run around
they
the gym.
turn up when she'd hit the chorus of the like Let's Get Loud, and you'd have to run, and it was instantly. So I hit 3.3 speed, but I would have kept going and finished that hit training. What?
I don't know. Somebody's banging around something.
Yeah, welcome to Cashew. all
Oh, I gotta chill.
I think she has a play kitchen in there because it was like a lot like somebody was slamming into walls to the point where I was gonna start knocking back. Like, are you coming in or what are you doing in there? So I was gonna finish my like going like slow and then fast and slow and then fast. But what had happened was about at the halfway of the mile, I started to feel like this blister that I was getting on
Oh,
the
yeah, you
mall
said
from
that,
my
yeah.
old shoes. So I just was like, you know what? I'm going to get off. And I did the other half on the elliptical. So I still did 3 miles today, but I went on the elliptical instead, which holy hell, that's hard.
Yeah, and I did the first 20 minutes on
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Yeah.
Because the other girl was on the
I
treadmill.
was just
but-
like, just ignore it. Just keep reading.
no, I just kept going. But
And then I was getting annoyed because I
I-
wasn't even reading something I wanted to read. I was like, ah.
no, but the elliptical I think is actually probably way harder because, and you said it hurts your knees, which I
It was,
agree.
which I
because
like-
no, because
No, but I don't understand because when I was younger, I used to go on that for that reason, and it didn't bother my knees. So I don't understand.
I don't know. I noticed for me, maybe it was just the way this one's set up. Like I was more in like a squat position, like my legs were bent.
Maybe,
So maybe
I
it's because
don't
like you're almost like squat walking.
I don't know. They say
I
it's good for
definitely
your
did
butt,
it.
but
I
don't
definitely
know.
did it faster. I completed the half mile in like 6 minutes, which is faster than any time I've done.
Yeah.
I don't know if that thing's correct, by the way, but it's set at that.
But it's almost like running at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like, so,
Well, that one I was still trying to also do the hit. Like when the chorus of my songs would come on, I would try to go faster. But
Yeah.
at that point, I'm like, the things tell. Wait, this is the best part. I forgot to tell you when we left. These things they have like they'll measure your heart rate because my Fitbit when I sweat it doesn't measure it. It actually was measuring it, but Usually I kind of stay at 150 because that's what they said would be good for me. But the machine goes 65, 100, 45. It was like, I was
just
like,
throwing
what?
numbers out at you.
And then
Bingo!
oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I am
That's
a
what it
bingo
was-
winner.
That was what it was like.
I know it was just I was throwing out numbers at me, and then all of a sudden, like if you moved your hand like a little bit too much, it would stop. And this was a Nordic track like thing, like
Yeah, it
they're
was not
good.
cheap.
Like, and the treadmills I think are by the brand Spirit.
Yeah, no,
Which they're not cheap either. They're really nice.
No,
those
their
treadmills.
stuff is not cheap. That's that they've
No.
gotten. So
But yeah, so I'm excited for the punching bag. Gotta lose 5 more pounds or so, and then I can get my gloves and beat the hell out of that thing.
we'll find her down there in the middle of the day.
Yeah, you'll come home and be like, "Hey guys, I'm home. Where is she? Oh, she's already down in the gym. Pop, 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 pops. Yeah."
There you go. Pop
But I
it
just
up,
gotta
pop it
figure.
off.
I wonder if no. Well, I was gonna say I wonder if they have gloves, but no.
No, they won't.
No, I know they won't, but they definitely didn't because of the way the box was. But yeah, that's just gross. And you also you can't use the same gloves. You have to
no.
measure your hand and things like that. So it's different. But you know what? Maybe I'll measure my hand because Home Goods has them way cheaper.
Yeah.
And they're still the name brand. So, but yeah, that's what we've been doing working out wise. And our parties this week.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be on time.
No, we will.
We will be on time.
Yes.
Do you want to make the bet still?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Well, I was a little nervous with the Ant-Man thing. We talked about that already, but so we're going to see. 'Cause we'll be back next week to talk about that because hopefully I think we're going to be on time.
Yes.
The most concerning thing is leaving Cooper alone because he causes trouble as soon as we walk out the front door.
Yeah. That and food, what we're going to eat, is my concern.
I don't really care.
I'm concerned about food.
No, because I'm telling you, it's a brunch themed party. I think there's going to be fruit. I'm going to pack a couple of my chocolate rice cakes. Maybe I'll even sneak in my own banana.
She's just going to pull food out of a bag she doesn't have.
I have that Kate Bishop backpack. I'll put it all in there. My little backpack. The best part about this party is we'll be away from Cashew for like 5 hours.
But I'll be away from my baby. Yes, my baby.
Also, my goal for March, Cooper, don't fall off the bed. Oh, he's going to fall.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
For March, I want to film what I'm eating for my little documentary thing because I haven't really done that because I feel like for the first 2 months, we were just trying to figure out the workout, and now that I feel like we have it.
And food too. Like we were trying to
Yeah.
figure out our food. Like now
But-
we know. Like we have favorites saved in our. We have favorites saved in our stuff and all like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's easier to track the food for me. I know. Like we've made. Like I follow. You put your food in where? The Fitbit or no? No,
No.
I'm sorry. She
I
just
write
writes
it
her
down.
down. She writes hers down. I used to do that back in the day. I used to write
Yeah,
my food
here's
down.
the thing: the MyFitnessPal doesn't let you scan anything in.
No, so it had to go.
And even the Fitbit one that you're using now, they let you track your food, but they don't let you make corrections to it if the calories are wrong. So you just have to keep scrolling until you find something.
Yeah, or
and you
I
can't.
alter the size or something like that. But that's the only
So
downside.
that's
but
the best part about writing down. There is no
know.
there's no worrying. I'm writing it down.
No, but I do. I mean, I don't dislike the Fitbit one now because I do have it a little bit better.
Also, I
under
don't have
control.
space on my phone.
Yeah, I have it better under control where I can create meals. So now, like the things that like she created these chocolate rice cake things. So like I can save that and I
Yeah.
can just pull that.
What I was gonna say was for March this month, I want to do the macros, micros, whatever, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
well, that's for that stuff I
That's
printed out.
what
so
I'm
you can
gonna
keep
try
track
to
of it, yeah.
figure out. Try to like keep track of that.
I want to figure out like when you're supposed to eat certain things. Like
Yeah.
Like now that we came back from the gym and we did cardio, like is there something we should be eating after that, or like the days that we lift? Like I know that you're supposed to eat certain things before and after that. Like that's what I want to figure
Yeah.
out that stuff. That's why I got that weight training book from the library to see if it tells you like, now that you've worked out and you did like, weights or whatever, like
Yeah.
you should put like carbs back in your system, or you should put protein or whatever it is that you should put,
Yeah,
That's what
well,
I
I
wanna
will.
figure out,
I'm
too.
trying
That's
to
my goal
think
for
just
the
from people that
March.
I'm watching at least doing cardio. Like I do feel like I don't know. I feel like I see them. Somebody was carb loading. I don't know if it was weightlifters that I was watching or somebody was carb loading before they'd work out, but I can't remember now. But yeah, that's my goal for March is to figure all
I'd
that
love to
stuff.
carb load.
Girl, I carb load all the time.
Yeah, you gotta try not to.
I know that's my worst thing is because my sensory issues. I can't eat certain food textures. They mess with me.
Yeah.
And happens to be that carbs don't have weird textures, so they're great. Potatoes,
They're not.
bagels,
But they're not.
rice,
But they're not.
my favorite things.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm gonna use this party to at least try fruit.
But you have to
But that's
switch.
sugar.
But you have to switch all those things to whole wheat, brown rice. Like, yeah, she's making a face, even though she told me to buy the brown rice and we haven't used it yet.
I know.
What did you call it when they mix the brown rice?
House rice.
House rice. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I heard that on TikTok.
I never heard. Yeah. Well, God, you know it's right if it's on TikTok.
Okay.
All
I saw
right.
the guy do it. I'm gonna figure. I'll have to find his video again.
Well,
and see
we
him
have
make
to
it.
go eat now.
Yeah,
it's
we
way
do. But
past
I
our
just wanted to
eating.
share that. That was my little
gotta
goal,
get
and also to eat at scheduled times. I kind of lost my time.
We
We're
lost the time, and we're
you
way
heard
past
the
time.
alarm went off.
Yeah, and you gotta,
way long ago.
And we got to eat before it's like time for bed.
That's true. So eat 3 hours before you go to bed.
Yeah, well,
but
we're already screwed.
That is all, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you're working out along with us.
Yeah, did you keep up with that if that was your goal?
Yeah, I mean, so far
It's the
we're
only
doing
goal
pretty-
we've kept, to be honest with you, because that's upstairs.
Are you sure?
No, that was upstairs.
No, it sounded like it came from right here. It could be them putting something in the closet.
I don't know.
It sounded like when you put something on the
This
shelf.
sounded above to me, but
But yeah, that would be above the closet. Think about it. It would like above
I
above
don't
us.
know. It sounded like
Oh,
ceiling.
whatever.
I don't know.
Oh
We're
my
not gonna
God.
fight over this. I don't really care enough. I forgot what I was gonna say.
You were saying that was
Oh
the only
yeah,
goal.
that's the only goal so far. We've truly
Girl,
kept.
I've opened one book.
We've dropped. I mean, I've tried to keep up with my French reading only when I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
And so far, I've taken
Yeah,
out 2 books.
I haven't done sign language.
Yeah, no.
Well, you know what? I have been completing my movie watch list. I've been doing pretty good on that. So
Yeah.
there's that. That's positive.
I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm just giving the fitness goal the attention it deserves right now. Just so to speak, to get it like where it will be like
in the routine. Like
Yeah.
we're still figuring that out so much that it does.
because we like all joking aside, like we go down there and it's a shit show because we're doing arms and we're stopping a video, starting a video, stopping a video. Sorry, let's rewatch it again. Let's
Oh,
rewatch it
Cooper's
again.
starting a fight
So-
upstairs. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Go
got
there.
it.
Go
Then I gotta
upstairs.
go run upstairs. So it's like always something that's like not just letting us have a smooth ride. So like we're even coming to an idea of what to do before we leave him to keep him quiet and calm while we're gone. So like little by little we're chiseling away, and I think like by the end of this month we'll have routine
March,
down.
you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say
no. That's like today.
February's over, girl.
It's today. No, I feel like by the end of like March, like we'll have.
I think
better,
it'll be all good.
Yeah.
Well, that will also be
Where then we can
like
start
the
putting-
66 days or something to
because
create
like
a habit.
right now
so
we'll go
be
down
fully
there
in
and we're
effect.
almost down there for 2 hours, and that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's really unnecessary. Like if we're just doing weights, like we should be able to get that done in half an
Well,
hour.
what
to
has
45
been taking
minutes.
so long too, though, is that like the weights are like 40 minutes, and like sometimes the miles a little bit longer. Just depends.
But it should definitely.
But
like,
yeah.
we shouldn't have to be there more than an hour. Like we honestly shouldn't.
Well, sometimes we stand around, we putz around,
Yeah, we do stupid stuff. It's just
having a goof, having a gaff, having a laugh.
yeah.
But
But
that's
then before you know it, we're down there for 2 hours. And when we come up here, we're eating and we have nothing left to do except go to sleep, which would never happens. And then I'm asleep
guess
at
what?
11 and I'm not repairing
that
my
can't
body.
happen anymore because we got a busy work week this week. We have The Mandalorian for our other podcast.
Yeah.
We have The Real Housewives of New Jersey. We have our weekly episodes that we do here and on our We Watch It All podcast. So March is also going to be a busy month, so we kind of have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, check out our We Watch It All podcast.
Those housewives are back and Mandy Mand is back
And we just did Outer Banks, and we're gonna do J-Lo wedding movies. So we're gonna talk about that, which how perfect. I just said she gives me PTSD about running with that.
yeah,
Let's
but
Get
if
Loud.
I had to look like somebody in my 50s, it's J-Lo. Like, yeah, I want to say like my goal, like shape of a person would be her, like where she's fit, but she's still thick, but she's still like, you know.
Yeah.
And Khloe Kardashian. I think Khloe looks really good. Those would be my peeps.
That was a lot of mouth.
I know. I know who you would say.
Who?
The girl from Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I used for my vision.
Yeah,
I don't
girl.
know. She's kind of like got muscles, but not too much muscles.
Well, that's why I like
she's
J-Lo.
fit.
Like, if you see J-Lo turn her arm, you'll see, oh, she's got a toned arm.
Yeah.
But not like, oh, it's cut beyond belief. But then Heather Dubrow, I take that chiseled arm too. She's got a chiseled arm there. So I'm like, I'm trying to look for women in my age bracket, you know, to as role
I don't know
models.
how old the Tomb Raider girl is.
I think she's
probably,
like in your area.
she
She's in
might
her
be
20s.
30.
You think?
I don't know. She's not that young, I don't think.
When she was in that movie, she was probably in her 20s.
Probably. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
she
even
presents young.
know. Good for her. She presents young. Yeah, that's
Well, look at Fitbit decided to get involved and bring up the magic of 10,000 steps. I did not ask for that to come up on the screen, but
all
it
right.
did.
Well, there you go. But we were trying to end this. Look at how easily distracted we are,
Yeah,
folks.
an hour later.
So thank you so much for listening or watching. Hopefully, you'll give us a good rating,
Thanks
motivation.
for
Give us
enduring-
motivation
thanks for
here.
During our exercise chat.
Yeah, and if you listen to the rant about it all, which
I
YouTube
just
for some reason has
did
a
today.
lot.
I finished it today.
Has a lot of views for that. So shout out
It's
to
so
YouTube.
weird because I listen to our podcast and it's like I'm not there. I don't even remember being there sometimes. You said something that I was like, the hell did she say that? But I responded to it. I'm like, I know
There
I was,
are times when I'm listening
I'm
to
like,
the podcast,
I
I'm
know
like,
I
what
was
the hell
a-
did you just say?
but I'm like, I know I was awake because I clearly, it
Yeah.
was not one of those sounds where it's like, oh, she doped off or something. No. I'm
Yeah.
like, I definitely was awake for it.
And if you're on YouTube, like I just said, YouTube was real big with the rant about it all one.
Yeah, they really liked it.
Thank you, YouTube. Give us a thumbs
She
up.
was like-
Don't give us a
she was
thumbs
like,
down.
Oh my God. I'm like, what's the matter? She goes,
It's our most viewed video.
it's our most viewed video. And you're not seeing anything but a TV screen. Imagine wait until you see our actual faces. We got to get our setup. I found a woodworker who's going to make us our desks, chairs. We're going to custom make our own furniture.
All right, we're so sorry. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Come back next week. We're here every Friday.
Sorry. I
And-
gotta remember that look.
And make sure you check out our other podcasts. We watch it all. Mandalorian, Housewives, J-Lo. We've done Outer Banks. We got a lot, folks.
Yeah.
The Last of Us soon. All right. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Come back next week to figure out if we're on time for the party. That's the big mystery. Cliffhanger.
The button.